Hey, good morning. This is John over at Pro Armor Concrete Coatings. I'm the owner of CS Supply too as well. Thanks so much for taking the time to book an on-site estimate with us. I wanted to give you a little bit of details about us as a company, a little bit about our product and service and what we offer, so you have a basic understanding before we arrive. This way, when we arrive, we can just do a basic Q&A. We're not taking up a lot of your time. First things, we've been in the concrete coating industry for a little over 4 years. So I've been in contracting for over 15. Been in construction almost 25. I'm dating myself. That being said, there's some inherent differences in the chemicals that can be used in concrete coatings. Typically, you have epoxy and polyaspartic. Epoxy is the most common one that you hear about. It's been around for about 50 or 60 years. It's used in structural engineering situations. That's what it was designed for initially anyway, to kind of reinforce structures that needed where they couldn't use concrete again. So it's a very rigid, very strong, very durable product in those situations. However, your concrete pad, the surface that we're talking about coating, is a living, breathing surface. It's like a sponge. It expands and contracts. It expands and contracts. And what happens is over time, epoxy is very rigid. It was not designed to be flexible at all. So it begins to chip and crack and peel over time, and it has nothing to do with the installation company. Now, there are different grades of epoxies. You can buy from Home Depot, you can buy them from Sherwin-Williams, or even the industrial stuff that we use in certain requirements that require that. The typical lifespan is 3 to 4 years of an epoxy coating. So we don't use epoxy. We use polyaspartic. Polyaspartic is a plastic-based polymer, urethane, so it has flexibility built into it. So it's never going to chip, it's never going to crack, and it's never going to peel, and that's backed by a lifetime warranty from the manufacturer itself. In addition, there's some other inherent challenges with epoxy. It's not chemical resistant, it's not stain resistant, and it's not abrasion resistant. I mean, it can scratch very easily. When we put epoxy down on the floor, you can literally scratch it with your fingernails. Because of that, polyaspartic is usually used as a top coat on everything. Epoxy on a surface always needs a protective coating. If not, you're going to scratch it, you're going to scuff it, you're going to gouge it. Polyaspartic is typically what's used on top of it. Most of our competitors use an epoxy-based system with the polyaspartic on top, whether they use the solid colors or the flakes or the pretty swirl metallic ones. We use a polyaspartic as a base coat as well as a top coat. And because of that, short of your kids or coming out there in a hammer and a chisel and hitting the floor, you're not going to damage the floor at all. We've done this in the Cotton Bowl Stadium, all the bathrooms. We've done this in Cisco food facility plants. We've done it at 5 Coca-Cola bottling plants. In fact, just click on the link to our Instagram and you can see over several hundred jobs that we've done. Secondarily, I say all that to say, our prices start typically around $5 a square foot, somewhere in that range, depending on the state of the concrete. Some concrete needs to have coatings removed, so there are additional fees there. Some concretes are in great condition; they don't need anything. So our typical process for installation is we mechanically grind the surface with those grinders that you saw in those videos probably. A typical 2 and 3 car garage is a single day installation. We repair all the cracks. We do all the little 4-inch and 2-inch stem walls all the way around the surface, and we come all the way out to where the garage door shuts. It takes about 6 to 8 hours to do most garages. It's a single day application. You can walk on the floor in 4 hours. You can drive on it in 24. That's the other inherent issue with epoxy. Epoxy, you can't walk on for 24 hours, and you can't drive on for 72. So I think that's all I got. If you have any questions before your on-site estimate, just give us a shout. I look forward to talking to you. It'll probably be either me, my wife, or one of my teammates. But have a wonderful day. Thank you.